Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, and welcome to another episode of Reimagining Your Marriage. In this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to pull something from a Reddit comment, and I'm going to actually read some of the responses to this because it's really very interesting. I kind of like it. And you could follow it on the screen if our producer's able to put it up. I think they could. So this is basically, tell me there are happy marriages out there, please. I've separated from my husband after being miserable for several years. I'm starting to realize that I was experiencing emotional abuse. I'm not going to comment on this. I'm going to go through the whole thing, and then we're going to get to a different way of looking at things, okay? He would shut down over the smallest things and not talk to me for days. I never knew what was going to set him off, and it always turned into a large-scale character assassination. One time I forgot to tell him goodbye before leaving the house with some friends, and when I got home, he moved into the guest bedroom. Because it was obvious I only wanted a roommate, not a husband. Before a historic freeze, I asked him to unlock the hoses from the outdoor faucets, and he instead told me he was controlling and thought it was my house instead of ours. Most recently, I told him I felt like he had mainly been complimenting my body, and I'd like to hear more compliments on who I am as a person. And his response was, fine, I won't ever tell you you're sexy ever again. And he stuck to it. So she goes on to write, it continued like that. And then finally, she left him. And some of the responses are rather than, and I was a little surprised. Usually people jump in and go, oh, you poor thing, you must have been suffering so much. And like that. And some people do. But most of this, my wife is my best friend. We do everything together. Our home is filled with love. Another, thank you so much for sharing this. My heart wants to believe this is out there, and hearing what others are experiencing helps so much. Another, happily married for almost 11 years, 4 kids. My husband is my favorite person, and I am his. So there's one I was telling you about. Hey, I'm really sorry you went through all that, but I'm proud of you for getting out. And the reason I'm ending with that one is because I'm not happy that she got out. I'm not happy that she was in a terrible marriage either. So what I discovered, and I have to put it that way, because I used to be a divorce mediator until 2001. So I thought divorce was what you do. You get out. If things are going really bad, you just get out. If you can't find an even place, a place where you meet in the middle or something, you get out. And then what happened was a couple asked me to help them save their marriage using my techniques as a marriage communications expert. But I wasn't at that time a marriage communications expert. I was a divorce communications expert. Big difference. So I said, okay, I'll give it a try. I'll help you save your marriage if I can. Let me think about it. Let me give a little investigation into what marriage really is, which I had never done before. I only knew all the rules about divorce, and it's not pretty. So what she talks about in her message to us is all of her suffering. She explains how her husband had communicated his suffering, but she just skipped right over that. And one of the things that I learned that is so important is that marriage is not a all about me kind of thing, nor is it, and this may shock you, marriage is not about give and take. Marriage is not about compromise. I coined the phrase, life with other people may be give and take, but with your spouse, it's give and give. And there's some really cool reasons for this. In a way, you might say that what's happening is, in order to really make a successful marriage, we have to defy, not the odds, although the odds aren't good right now these days, but we have to defy our minds wanting to survive through all things. And the mind, it's not us. C.S. Lewis, you ever hear of C.S. Lewis? He was a wonderful Christian writer, and he wrote, you don't have a soul, you are a soul. Think about that. You are a soul. That means you have a body and you have a mind. Now, what is the mind all about? The mind is all about protecting us. It filters messages. It deciphers what's actually going on around us. It sees things from a perspective of, I have to protect my soul boss, right? But we don't know that because we're not taught that. And so what happens is we think we are the mind effectively. There was a famous philosopher who said, I think, therefore I am. But the truth is, I am. I have a mind, therefore my mind thinks for me. And so we need to start looking at ourselves within our marriage as the person who married for happiness and love. Those are two soul qualities. Happiness is not of the mind when we're talking about marriage. Happiness of the mind is like getting a raise, getting a new apartment, getting a new car, and we have this fleeting happiness. It only lasts as long as something is new. But the depth of happiness that we feel when we're in the presence of our soulmate and experiencing that love, wow, that's something else, isn't it? But we have lost sight of that over time. And that's what's going on here. So because she wasn't given great instruction, any instruction actually, you think about it. When you go get your license, you have to learn how to drive a car, but you also learn how to operate on the road. You have to learn how other people drive their cars on the road and what to watch out for. You have to learn not to drink and drive. There's so much to learn. And driving is nothing compared to being married, but we don't learn. And so we're trying to help people. We're trying to teach them how to be married. We're trying to teach them how to experience marriage in the most beautiful, loving, ecstatic way there is. We have discovered, and I believe sincerely, that there is such a thing as marital bliss. I'll go further. We deserve marital bliss, but we have to know how to achieve it. And that's the key. So don't give up on your marriage. I'm sorry she did. I'm sorry that so many do. But let's try and change that. Let's not settle for a mundane marriage, a marriage where we go, yeah, I can live with this, I guess. No, you can have it all. That's the message I want you to hear. That's what I want you to hear. You can have it all. The joy of marriage, the love of marriage, the happiness of marriage, and the blissful feeling of marriage. God bless you. I'm so glad you stopped by. And stick around because I've got some steps for you that you may want to take if your marriage needs some help. God bless you. Take care. Okay, so here's the deal. Over the years, since I've been doing this, the first 8 years were spent really developing the science, laying it out, and learning how to communicate this science with people. And I've written a couple of books, and most people, after they watch a video or 2 or 3, they get one of my books, and that's fine. It gives you a real good overlay of your marriage. It lets you see things about married life that you've never thought about before. But over the years, I've developed a philosophy that is something that no one ever talks about. And the philosophy is this: your marriage is not being fully lived. It's not being fully utilized. I used to tell people that it's like getting a brand new car and only focusing on the sound system. And you miss all these other amazing benefits of this car, which, we take for granted that everything else is going to function the way it's supposed to. But here's the big piece. The big piece is that marriage is amazing. It's not just, yeah, I'm married. It's not bad. It's okay. Yeah, you have problems from time to time, but those aren't really going to kill your marriage. What kills your marriage is an accumulation of how you see your marriage and what you're not doing. So a lot of it can be learned from one of my books. But the best way to really get the greatest marriage, when I'm talking about the greatest marriage, I'm telling you, you're like floating on air. And what's really cool about it is, even if your marriage is like in the deepest throes of problems, what I have is an online course that will take you step by step from wherever your marriage is now, from wherever you're at or your spouse is at. And there's a course for men and there's a course for women. And the course will take you to, I'm going to say it out loud, marital bliss. I mean, I cover every topic about marriage that you need to know. There's nothing left out. I don't get into issues. I mean, I may bring one up for this or for that reason, maybe to illustrate something, but the point is completely transforming your marriage from the bottom to the top. You know, here's the way to see it. It's sort of like if you have a plant and the plant is a beautiful plant. You brought it home, you took care of it, and it has beautiful flowers, and then it starts decaying. And what do? You look up AI, you go to AI or Google and you go, here's what's happening to my plant. What should I do? And they'll say, well, you're overwatering, you're underwatering, you're not giving it this fertilizer. It needs this, it needs that. And you go, oh my God, it's a miracle. Well, we get married without knowing all about marriage. Now, the books will tell you all about marriage. The difference is that the course, if you take the course, I'll hold your hand step by step. And there's specific processes, specific techniques. I had to create certain techniques. And what'll happen is you'll have milestones. For instance, the first milestone is you'll start getting calm. You'll regain your equilibrium. And so you'll be able to function better in your marriage. Now, it's a 12-week course, so it comes in stages. So let's say in the first 4 weeks, that's what you'll experience. Now, the next milestone is awesome because by now, I teach you how to not manage your anger, but eliminate your anger completely. You'll also lose the discouragements. All the impediments to happiness will be evaporating. It's a process. It takes time, but you'll have a really good start. That's the second milestone. By the time you're 8 weeks into it, that's what's going to be taking place. And after 12 weeks, and you're still learning, and most people go back and they review, and you can write into counselors. It's free of charge. It's part of the course. By the 12th week, you're totally on your way to what I described, marital bliss. And you'll be walking around with a goofball smile on your face, puppy love. And we get reviews all the time that talk about that. From people, some of the people have been married 30, 40 years, and they take the course, and it just blows their mind. So we're here for you at the Marriage Foundation. Please don't be afraid to write in. It's a free service. It's at the website, Ask a Counselor, and we'll give you any and all guidance that you ask for. God bless you and take care.